Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. In the last episode, we defeated Rundas, we got the ice missiles, but we discovered that we need more firepower on our ship to actually be able to destroy the two generators that are protecting the seed. So, in this episode, that is what we are looking for right now, and we got some intel from the Aurora unit that there is a Federation landing site close to here where we might be able to find something to upgrade our ship. So that's where we are headed right now. And we've got some mysterious walls that, obviously won't be important. But once we get into this room here, we have a giant statue. And it's not just any giant statue, it's a war golem. And we got more of these, well, I'm already forgetting what they're called. But, stop teleporting. Where the heck are they? There we go. These guys can be kind of annoying, that's why I tend to like using hybrid mode against them. So, we have a morph ball slot that we can now activate, but it seems that the golem can't really move. Additionally, there are some night barb that just flew out there, so if you wait and don't go into the morph ball right there, you can actually get the scan for those again if you missed it in the hub area of the cliffside. So we're going to need to free all 4 of the War Golem's limbs in order to progress. So in order to do that, we're going to need to freeze this fuel gel right here. And there's a tunnel back in here that we can, once I get into it, lay some morph ball bombs, and that will destroy that vine attached to its other foot. Now, I don't... Okay, so this is just a way to get back, I think. Or you can go to the left as well. So, 2 ways to exit. So, this one's pretty easy. All you have to do is just shoot the fuel gel that's coming out of that right there. And for the last one, if we scan this, we'll see that it's brimstone, so if you use a missile, that will blow it up, and that will free the last limb. So, I think that'll take care of pretty much everything. Got a lot of stuff in this room as well, and of course we can't really do much about most of it at the moment. So, that looks like everything that I can scan. Let's try hitting this bomb slot again. So it looks like it picked that up and did 2 things for us. One is open up that path down there. The other one is that wall up there receded. So there's nothing we can do there right now, but that will be important later. So for now, let's just head forward in the one direction that we can. Just down here.
Samus, we have uncovered more information regarding your condition. It appears that once activated, the unique phazon inside your body overreacts after several seconds. We did not foresee this problem when we gave you the PED, and unknowingly, we put you in grave danger. We are sorry. Please be aware that it will not be possible to counter Dark Samus without the PED. You must be careful in using it. In the meantime, we will continue to investigate this unique phazon.
Okay, so they're basically telling us stuff that we kind of already knew. So this here is a Gragnol hive. Bioforms detected within, vulnerable to explosive blasts. So if you shoot these, like with War Wasp hives, if you shoot them before you get too close, you can kill the Gragnols inside before they actually come out and attack you. So You're going to want to drop down to the floor in this particular area because hiding down here, if you lay a bomb, there is an energy tank. So this is definitely worth picking up. Like with that one missile expansion before, it's really not that far out of the way. You just have to remember to come down here and pick it up because you can't see it from up here, at least not very well, and you can't hear the kind of item noise that plays whenever you're close to an item unless you actually drop down to the bottom level. So definitely the more energy you can get, the better. So definitely recommend picking that up. So we're gonna just make our way up the tower now instead of down. We have to hit these 2 crystallized fuel gel deposits here. And those ignite along the wires to blow up this structure, and that will lower a grapple hook for us. And actually, I think if you don't move, or if you didn't kill that Ragnall there, the support coming down on top of it would have killed it. So that's a fun little tidbit. So, I think we're very nearly there. And somehow I missed there, despite being at point blank range. So hey, a Federation style door. That's kind of the dead giveaway that we're entering a Federation area. So I am going to snipe the Gragnol hive up there, and I think that's about it for now. That's a force field. Can't do anything about that right at the moment. So this terminal controls the missile rack, ship upgrade system, and standby. No ship present to upgrade. Once you scan this, there will be a battle that happens and things will shut down. So we've got a combination of, you'll see the Warp Hounds and some Reptilicus hunters. So I'm just going to go into hyper mode here to help make this go a little bit faster. Ah, there they are. Okay. Now you can see how effective the ED suit is against the Reptilicus hunters. And there you are. Oh, so here's something that I can actually show off now that we have the ice missiles. If you hit the Reptilicus hunters with it, and depending on if they're weakened or not, you can actually freeze them, and then if you hit them with another shot, they'll shatter. Now, it doesn't work all the time, and I'm not 100% sure what dictates whether or not they get frozen or if they just get kind of stunned, like what happened when I hit that one with it. So it's definitely a good strategy to use against them, though. So definitely worth trying. Even if it's not 100% successful, and you get the easy kill on it. So if we head back over to this, there's no ship present to upgrade at the moment. And we can't actually land our ship here right now because I'll try to see if I can aim up. The entry point closed because of the lockdown from the enemies attacking. So we're gonna have to do something about that. In order to do that, we're gonna have to take this elevator up. So we've got 2 morph ball tunnels here. The one on the right will suck you in, so that's the one that you need to take here. And then we have some things that we can scan, but I don't think any of them are required logbook scans. They're just telling you what you can do here. So this is our first time seeing an energy cell aside from the Olympus. Now, unlike the other 2 games, in Prime 3 there is still a fetch quest kind of that you're required to do to beat the game. But what's nice about Prime 3 is that you can actually collect the items for the fetch quest before you know, get to the area or have access to the area where you need to use them. So that one being the first example. Oh, we can't do anything with this yet. I know why. So we'll land our. Wait. Did I not do something? Oh no, sorry. We deactivated this force field. So, oh, that's why. Sorry, I'm trying to like keep my train of thought going and solve the puzzle at the same time. But you can get the energy cells just throughout your adventure, which is really nice. There are obviously hints in the area that you need to use the energy cells on, you know, where they are and how to get them. But, you know, if you know where they are, there's nothing stopping you from getting them, you know, before you get to that area, like you couldn't do in Prime 2. So that's one of the nice things about Prime 3. You know, in the case of Prime 1, you could actually pick up the chosen artifacts before you got to the temple and scanned them. So that game was a little bit more flexible about it. So, you know, oops, I messed up my double jump there, and I fell all the way back down. But yeah, that is one thing that I do appreciate about what they did in Prime 3. Plus, there's another thing that's nice about Prime 3. You don't have to get all of the energy cells to beat the game. So it's not like the other Prime games where you need to get all of the Chozo artifacts or all of the Sky Temple keys in order to beat the game. Of course, I will be going for 100%, and the energy cells do count as items. So they do count for the item completion, which means, of course, I'll be getting them all. But you don't have to. So, you know, for people that complain about those kinds of fetch quests, you know, it's not necessarily required. But enough about that. We have opened up the way in. So now what we need to do is to lower this. We used it as a platform earlier to actually get up to the area to open up the ceiling here. So once we do that, we can land our ship here. And once we do that, that will allow us to upgrade our ship and get the ship missiles. So this is getting back into one of the reasons why I really like the ship in Prime 3 compared to the other games. And that is because not only can you fly it around and land it in different places, but you can also use it to fire missiles. And when it says missiles, but this isn't like your conventional missile. It's more like a cluster bomb kind of thing. But our ship is now armed and dangerous. So now that we have that done, we have some more options again as far as what we can do next. So we can't go any further in this direction. There is actually a connecting area between here and the Thorn Jungle area, which we have not been to yet. So you can basically tackle either the Thorn Jungle next, or if you want to go back to the fiery Brio area, we still haven't taken care of the generator that's on this side either. So it's really up to you as to which one you want to do first. So I think I usually go for the fiery Brio one, but you know, what the heck? Let's let's go for the Thorn Jungle one first. Obviously, you need to destroy both of the generators in order to get to the seed. So it's not like doing one first really matters, because you'll have to do both of them eventually. So I do kind of like that they do give you some choices. I mean, it's not quite as open as I'd say, the first Prime game was. Just in terms of, you still have the 3 major areas. You're not supposed to be able to make any progress in Elysia before you've finished Brio. And there is something preventing you from actually doing that. So, but they do give you at least a little bit of options in terms of, you can choose to do this part first or that other part first. So that is nice. And I will say this about the loading transitions. They do look nice. And as I said before, it's better that you have at least something to look at than just kind of a generic loading screen. So I do appreciate that. So welcome to Thorn Jungle. The music here is a little dark, actually, in terms of just the tone is kind of heavy. But I should also talk about the Brio Cliffside music, because I do like that. The Brio Fire really does not have much in the way of music. It's just kind of ambient noise. So here in Thorn Jungle is the first time, I believe, that the Space Pirates will enter hyper mode. So, like you, they can also go into hyper mode, which means they're not invulnerable like you are, but they will be a lot harder to kill in hyper mode unless you use Phazon against them. So, this is yet another reason why the game kind of requires you to use hyper mode sometimes, because it's very annoying to try to kill basically any enemy that's in hyper mode, if you're not also in hyper mode yourself. And that fact only gets worse if you're actually playing on the hyper mode difficulty. So we have a force field blocking our way. Before we head any further in that direction, however, there is an energy tank just kind of sitting here off to the side in this room. So definitely worth picking up. This is the last energy tank that you will be able to get as far as this area is concerned. So the maximum amount of energy that you can have right now is 599. Oops. Okay, so we're going to need to roll into this tunnel here to actually deactivate the force field, which we do by pulling that lever. So that's going to allow us to go a little bit farther into the Thorn Jungle. Okay. So let's see. Okay, there is one more room between us and the generator, I believe. So we have a jamming beacon here. So if we try to use our ship missiles on this, we obviously can't do it while the jamming beacon is still up. So what we will need to do is use our grapple lasso to pull down on the beacon. It doesn't last forever, so you will need to use your ship missiles soon after deactivating the beacon, because it will reactivate itself after a certain period of time. One thing that I should point out is that you do have limited ship missile ammo. Okay, this is a new type of trooper. But yeah, so we only have 3 right now. There are ship ammo expansions that you can pick up, so definitely be on the lookout for those. But here we have an assault pirate trooper. Armor deflects missile attacks vulnerable to beam weapons. So the assault pirate troopers are some of the best pirate military has to offer. They're heavily armored and resistant to most attacks. Their unique armor will deflect all missile fire, but is still damaged by beam attacks. Basic armament includes an assault rifle and energy scythe, both powered by Phazon. EMP grenades. Okay, so this is pretty much the same thing as the other ones, but in this case, these guys can go into hyper mode, just like their brethren. So the enemy back there, you might notice, seems similar to the Berserker Lord, but it's not like a fully fledged mini boss like that. You just had to go into hyper mode, didn't you? So this is a Berserker Knight. So actually, it was mentioned in the Berserker Lord scan that only the best Berserker Knights actually become like lords, so they get that status. So the way that you defeat them is pretty similar to the Berserker Lord. You have to fire back those projectiles that they fire at you, and then you can actually damage their weak spot. So a Berserker Knight's phasite armor must be removed before the unit can be damaged. Only phazon-based projectile attacks the creature fires can destroy it. The Berserker Knight serves as a shocking example of the length space pirates will go to in their quest for dominance. Heavily mutated by phazon exposure, the unit is nearly mindless, driven by battle lust. So, one thing that I can also show off here is that you can use ship missiles just kind of in general situations. It's not something that I typically do because ship missile ammo is generally pretty scarce, plus your ammo for it isn't high. It's kind of like using power bombs in regular fights. In the other Prime games, you just don't really have much of a reason to. So luckily for us, though, we got the ammo back that we needed. So now we're back up to 3. So it is an option to use ship missiles against regular enemies. It's just something that I don't really think about doing much either. Because most of the time, you use them to clear obstacles like that you wouldn't be able to destroy using your conventional weaponry. The game really wants to give me missiles. So here's your crawl tank, right? That we've seen before, but it's entered hyper mode. So I'll give you a demonstration. So you know how one regular charge shot is enough to take these out? Not even like a fully charged one. So it's on 3. It took 4 while I was in hyper mode. So basically, once you get through this area, this is when all the enemies start going into hyper mode, like literally all of them. So yeah, it's kind of a bit much, but okay. Yeah, my goal is to hit up that save point and end the episode off there, but fortunately we have a mini boss coming up here before we can get to that point. So this is just a small crate. I believe it does not count towards the logbook. So say hello to the Kree Hunter. And these guys are not the Kree Hunter, so do we have to defeat them first? We might. Okay. Pirate Aero Troopers. Okay. Yeah, they're just your regular Pirate Aero Troopers. So, actually, I want to try using an ice missile on this guy. Okay, it doesn't seem to affect them by freezing them at all. So, once you defeat them, however, I think is when the mini boss is going to come out. Yep, here it is. Okay, so you're going to want to scan both parts of it, so the actual the beast that it's riding and the pirate riding it. So I'm sorry, it's Korak. I have Guardians on the line, can you tell? Korak beast, tongue and mouth are sensitive, belly sometimes vulnerable from the ground. Koraks are prized by the space pirates who use them as cavalry mounts. Their belly is occasionally vulnerable, but guarded from all sides. Finding a way to get underneath it and attacking would be effective. Nerve endings in the tail can be stressed through grappling, but only when the tail is extended. The The interior of a Korak's mouth, as well as the tip of their tongue, contains sensitive nerve clusters. Attacking these points could temporarily incapacitate the creature. They can emit phazon energy through their feet and tongue. The phasite armor they wear will repel the most damage. So make sure to scan the Korak and the rider. Pirate Hussar. Rider of the vicious Korak wields energy lance in combat. Hussars are unusually brave for space pirates, willing to ride the deadly Korak beast into combat. Their phazon energy lances are deadly at any range. Hussars and their mounts have a strange bond. If Hussar is slain, his Korak will fight to avenge his death. So, what you're going to want to do in order to defeat this guy, try to avoid the guy's lance. The Korak will give you openings where it opens its mouth, and that's when you can shoot it to stun it. Oh, I happened to miss it there. I don't need that health right now. I could actually use that later. Okay, anytime you want to give me an opening. Oh wait, do I have to get around back first? No. There's one that I have to do. There we go. Oh. Okay, wait, what am I missing here? Oh, I have to stun it with multiple bombs, that's what it is. I'm trying to remember how to do this fight. Okay, just whenever you're ready. Yeah, while the Hussar is attacking you on its back, it won't be vulnerable. Okay. Yeah, I know the episode is running long on time. Okay, now we need to get around back and actually pull on it. Okay, so what you want to do here, hyper mode is recommended, and just be faster about it, unlike, you know, I was. So actually, I think you can damage the pirate on, yeah, you can damage the pirate separately from the Korak itself. So while you're waiting for openings for the Korak, you can actually kill the pirate on the back. So that'll actually help make the fight easier because you'll get more openings from the Korak once the rider is taken care of. You can see that a fully charged hyper mode shot will do a lot of damage. We'll take out almost half of its health bar actually. Okay. One more and we should be able to end this. So actually what you just saw right there is a mechanic where you can shake to break free. That just requires you to vigorously shake the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. But that will do it for the Korak. So all in all, I know I took a little bit of time to deal with it, but once you know how to deal with it, it actually goes down pretty quickly. So, I think that's about it for this episode. Yeah, it's just health. Although, actually, it is a different kind of health. So, in addition to the regular energy units, there are these kind of phazon units that, like bathing in the phazon, can restore our health. We can also get health from these phazon units as well. And I think what drops what depends on the type of enemy. So enemies that, you know, are corrupted by phazon will drop those phazon units. Whoa. Oh wow, I didn't know that you could actually get that scan right now. I'm pretty sure I've seen that ship flying there before, but huh, that's interesting. So this is another space pirate vehicle. This is an assault skiff. Lightly armored assault craft cannon appears vulnerable. The fast-moving space pirate assault skiff is used to support troops in combat. The skiff is mounted with a tri-beam cannon, which is capable of firing powerful charge shots. However, the cannon itself is unprotected and can easily be overloaded. This modified version of the ATC has sacrificed durability for speed and often employs hit-and-run tactics. So I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to scan those later on. Just, you know, this was a little bit earlier than I was expecting to get that scan. So, this has been a very long episode, at least compared to what I usually do. So, what I will do is there's a save point to my right. I'm going to hit, and these guys just keep on coming. Wow. So, I'm going to destroy this blast door. And I'm going to hit this save point. And with that, thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. I've been redxparasite, signing out.